Well, welcome back, people. Welcome back, baby.
Hello, hello.
In case you guys haven't noticed, if you're watching right now, the set is magically disappeared. We are in our marital bed right now.
I think it's very romantic.
It is. We're inside our own domicile. I was able to bring some mics in here. Honestly, it's just...
You look comfy.
I'm pretty comfy. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I love the studio, but this is a different level of comfort.
I think I'm very comfy. Yeah. And I think it's very good for this episode. You're romantic, baby.
That's true.
No?
Yeah, it is.
I guess I'm the only one that thinks this is romantic.
Well, the whole genesis of this episode being recorded in our bed is because it's just too fucking cold outside.
I know, but in my head, I was looking at it differently. I thought it was a good thing to be in our bed, but I was not, like, the cold was, how do you call that? A back thought? A last?
Just afterthought?
Afterthought.
You know what we should do, actually? We should do an introduction. Welcome back to the Love Movement podcast. We've been off for a week.
We were on vacation celebrating our son's 11th birthday.
Happy birthday, Tyler.
Which was a success.
Yes, and thank you to everybody who reached out and said happy birthday online. All our friends and audience members and everybody that we love and cherish.
And everybody that made it special. Everybody that went. We were
kidding.
We went to Island of Adventure. He wanted to go to an amusement park, and he wanted his family to be there. Family meaning all his cousins and all that. And he specifically asked me for the people that he wanted there. I reached out to them, and everybody said yes. So thank you so much for everybody that was there, for making it happen. I know it's not an easy trip. It involves money. It involves time. And everybody made it happen for him. That means the world to me. And knowing that he actually values this thing means the world.
Yeah, it's nice to see that he values family.
And he values the time. He was so happy that everybody was there. He, from his own money that he got for his birthday, he said, Mama, I want to buy everybody a gift just to thank them for coming. That's valuing
Not many kids
them.
do that.
You know what I mean? That to me...
Caught me off guard.
I know that. I was so proud of that. I'm really proud of him. He has a big, big heart.
He's a good kid. He's got a big heart and a very big mouth.
Whatever.
He's a great kid.
He's amazing.
So anything else we want to...
I feel
off for a week.
I feel recharged.
Do you?
Yeah. Because from the vacation, you need a vacation. You know? So we took that Sunday to completely recharge.
That's the thing that everybody, at work, they say, did you have a good time? I was like, yeah, it wasn't a vacation for me.
No, it was for the kid.
Yeah, it was for my son.
And it was successful because our mission was for him to enjoy it, for him to have fun, to do everything he wanted to do. And he will pick, I want you to ride on this ride with me. And we will have to say yes.
Well, we should mention that
it was a lot.
Clyde, we had the baby with us.
Yeah, so we will alternate the baby.
Yeah, not quite tall enough to ride the roller coasters yet.
But Tyler was choosing. I want you to ride with me this time, and I want Mama on this one, and I want you to sleep with me tonight, and I want. It was cute. It was very cute. In the hotel, we had 2 beds, and he will choose every night who he wanted to share that bed with. First night, we were destroyed. We went to the park. We had the flight. It was so
Can I jump
tiring.
Can I jump in and give full context to what you're talking about right now? Because this was a stroke of absolute brilliance.
Go.
And I'm
Go.
being a little sarcastic when I say that.
Yep.
So we flew out of Newark at 6 a.m. on a Thursday morning.
If you're going to criticize me, I suggest you think about it twice.
All right. I'm not criticizing you. I'm criticizing our plan. Because I signed off on it too. So, kid.
Okay. You must go on now.
Yeah. We left here 6 a.m. So we had to wake up at 3 just to leave the house and get checked in.
This is on his actual birthday.
Yes.
We thought it was going to be amazing to wake him up with this surprise.
but then the execution, everybody's exhausted, and by the time we get there at like 9 o'clock, now, excuse me, we still have the whole day ahead of us, and let's just say we were pretty tired by the end of it.
We were destroyed.
Yeah,
And luckily, he chose me to sleep with him that first night.
The baby.
He had to sleep with the baby. And the following night, I told him, okay, let's see who Tyler picks tonight. And he was like, wait. I thought I was sleeping with him tonight. And I looked at him. He was so confused. And I looked at you and I said, do you not want to sleep with the baby? And you were so honest that you had me cracking up. He was just that serious. He said, no, I don't want to sleep with the baby tonight again.
It's funny because having to choose between which son you want to sleep with, do you want to be kicked by Ty or do you want to be scratched by Clyde?
I know.
That's what it is.
But Clyde wakes up more.
That's true. But he wakes up for like half a second and then falls right back asleep. But the problem is that half a second, you're awake, and it takes a lot longer for me to fall back asleep.
I know. Tyler, I think it was better to rest, to have a good night's sleep. I had a good night's sleep with Ty. He was very tired. He didn't kick me, not once.
Yeah, not the first night. The second night, he kicked the shit out of me.
Then you were out of luck.
He was trying to stretch across the entire bed and not lengthwise, horizontally.
Yep.
Yeah.
I had a great time. Sorry.
It's okay. Anyway.
The second night, he didn't choose anybody. You just chose him.
I chose for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you left me the baby.
That's only fair.
Why? 2 nights a baby?
What do you mean 2 nights?
I'm saying the following night. No.
The following night, I had the baby.
No, I had him.
What are you
talking
about?
The night we were leaving, I had him.
I had him.
No.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. I stand corrected.
Thank you.
Stand corrected. But I don't know, it was cool to go away, the 4 of us. You know, normally we have your parents come with us, and this time I don't know, it felt a little different. Felt more like her own little family.
It was fun.
Yeah,
it was good. I think it was an amazing thing.
I would actually say that I felt worse coming home than I did going down.
Of course,
I was way more tired coming home because coming home we did the same thing. 6 a.m. flight, wake up at 3 to get to the airport, and oh man, we were at each other's throats at one point.
Yeah, we were all so snappy and tired. Yeah, Tyler was really tired.
And I don't blame him. I don't blame him one bit.
That's why we were not fighting.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like, okay. But once we made it home, for Tyler to sleep during the day, that never happens. We were so tired that we all fell asleep midday.
We just basically slept the whole day.
Yep.
But it was worth it.
It was worth it. It was fun, and I'm so happy we did it. And Tyler was very, very happy.
Yeah, I mean, that's a hell of a birthday gift to give.
I know, and
11-year-old.
It was so cute because my cousin was there with her 4 kids. My best friend was there with her son. Then we met with another best friend that she has 2 kids. So everybody was there. One of my best friends bought T-shirts for everybody that said Cousin Crew, and every kid had one. And then I bought all PJs for everybody, and they were all wearing matching PJs. We got a cake. We were singing happy birthday. Like, he was celebrating his birthday for the longest. Mm-hmm. It was the birthday here, which we took him. We actually rent a theater.
I need to pause for 1 sec.
What happened?
Because the mic is falling off.
That's what you're holding?
Yeah.
Well, he had an amazing celebration because here we were able to rent the movie theater just for us, and he brought some friends from school, and we were watching Spider-Man.
And
it was a great experience.
Honestly,
didn't even know that was possible.
This is like a thing that started during the pandemic, where you could like rent out a movie theater. Obviously, it's off hours, so it's like middle of the day, but the price for it is pretty reasonable. It's basically the equivalent of just buying everybody a ticket.
Yep.
Which, I mean, you told me the price. I was like, that's it? All right, absolutely.
But you can choose the time. It doesn't necessarily have to be midday.
Are you sure?
I got that. Yeah, I saw the times, but I got that time specifically because I thought it was going to be easier for everybody to make it.
It worked out.
And it was amazing.
Yeah.
And
very
he
cool.
was so excited. He was like, I can run, I can stand up, I can talk during the movie.
was the big
That's
one, I could talk?
exciting.
He
He
could
was
do
so
his little
excited.
director's cut commentary for his friends while the movie's
I
going.
know. He loved it. We sang happy birthday with cupcakes. It was really nice. And then at home, we had another cake for him. So
Mhm.
my mom and my dad, we can all celebrate it. We went out for dinner. And then the trip. He got all the gifts he
It
wanted
was a big
also.
birthday for this kid.
It was a big
birthday.
one.
Yeah.
He's very lucky. I never had something like that big.
I'm trying to think. I don't know if I had anything that big.
You know what's super cute? That we're in the line to board, and he's wearing a mask that says, "Today's my birthday."
Mm-hmm.
And the lady behind us saw him, and she started asking questions like, "Oh my God, how old are you?" She sang happy birthday to him, and he was so shy. And she said, "Oh my God, that's an amazing gift." And he was so proud.
Yeah.
Okay, enough of Tyler's birthday.
Well, that's what we did. How did it feel to take a week off from the
What?
podcast?
I didn't even have time to think about not having the podcast
Yeah.
because it was so nonstop for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like getting ready, unpacking, doing laundry, putting everything away. It was so much that I didn't have a chance to think back. I didn't have time to do anything.
We had another birthday celebration. We were gonna record this last night actually, but we decided against it because we got back home a little late. We had
Because we were celebrating his birthday.
Yeah.
This year,
a month and a half later.
I know, but this year the celebrations are like very extravaganza type thing.
It's like a Greek mourning period. It
Muy-
goes on for like 40 days.
Muy extravagante. Muy,
Mhm.
muy, muy extravagante. Tyler had like a week of celebration, every day something different. You too, mister.
I had like a week, yeah.
You too.
Because
We're
everything
still
got spread out.
celebrating you.
Yeah. Well, that was because it was really just like the gift finally we got to cash in on it. My sister,
That was an amazing
Lexi.
gift.
She got me basically like a gift certificate to a barbershop. So she paid for me to go get like a hot towel shave and like a beard trim and all this stuff. The place was in Dumbo in Brooklyn.
But the experience, the place was super nice. The
It was a nice
chairs,
place.
it was super cool.
Yeah.
The people was so nice.
You were giving me like the evil eye a couple points because you guys were asking me like, oh, how did you like it? And you know, when it comes to like a barbershop or a hairdresser, that's a very personal thing to people. It takes time to find someone that you're comfortable with. So to go in and have a stranger start working on you, it's very
Nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I was feeling anxious. You know, like it was because first of all the barbers, like my barber is black right now, like, and I'm very comfortable with the style that he does. But then we went into this place and it was all like middle-aged like barbers. It was
Italians.
no, they were not Italian. I'm pretty sure they were either Israeli or Russian, and I can't tell which.
I
didn't
think they
ask.
were Russian.
But they were like middle-aged guys. I'm like, I don't feel confident these guys are, up to date with what's fashionable now.
I think they were.
They were all right.
I saw a couple of other guys and they were doing a good job.
They were doing like white guy, like, tech dude haircuts, not
What is it?
like techie white guy haircuts.
Techie.
It's a
That's
different
term?
style.
I didn't know that was a term.
I just made it up right now. But yeah, like, I don't know. He did a good job. Like, there's anything that I have a qualm with. There's nothing that I can't fix in 2 minutes in the
I
bathroom.
have such a pet peeve. I hate when someone gives you a gift that you start picking of things that you don't like
Mhm.
about it.
And I don't like doing it.
Number one, it's a gift.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have to do it. That they took the time to think of you and get you something,
Mhm.
that's the gift.
Well, I'm not.
I don't care. I'm not talking about you. I'm
Oh,
talking
okay.
about my pet peeve. I don't care what it is.
Mhm.
Just that time, that investment of them thinking of you and going out of their way to do something or get you something.
Mhm.
To me, that's the actual gift.
Absolutely.
So I will never, ever criticize anything that is a gift. I like it, I don't like it, that is irrelevant. You know what I mean? And that's what I tell Tyler all the time.
Mm.
So for me to hear someone complaining or criticizing a gift, it flips. Something in my head flips that gets me upset.
But I mean,
And for you to do those little comments, oh my
it's
God.
not you.
My
but you,
face was going like I
Oh, yeah.
didn't know how to stop you. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
no, you're wrong about
Because
all
I was
of
feeling
this.
anxious. I had to say
It
something.
was after the fact, and you look great.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I'm not criticizing the gift. I'm just talking about the place and the people there. Like, it was a great gift. Like, it was a very thoughtful gift.
Because it was
My
an
sister is one of the
entire
best gift
day of
givers I know.
things. Right?
What's that?
It was like an entire day thing, no?
Yeah.
The
So it was
the
the gift, and then she took us out to dinner too, which the dinner was
Mhm.
very, very good.
It was
What was the
drinks
place?
and then
Chiquinos,
I don't know the name.
Cichinos. I don't. It was right on. I think it was on Water Street
I
in
have the
Dumbo.
name, but I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it either, but it was a very classy, like Italian style joint. Had some nice wine.
We went to your barber shop, then to some drinks.
Oh, because
somewhere
she
else.
planned it so that
Really
way
nice.
the two of them, while I was getting worked on, they can go out and chit chat and gossip and
Talk about him.
yeah, basically.
Complain about you.
Yeah.
No, we didn't complain about you.
No.
Mm-mm. She really loves you very much. She's not the type of sister that will complain about you.
No, I don't think so.
She had never ever said anything to me like, "Oh my God, he's like that," or "Oh my God," you know, like how sisters do that.
Mm-hmm.
Never, at any point. I think that's very sweet.
Yeah. I wouldn't complain about her either.
I know she's your favorite. She knows too.
But yeah, that was cool. So we spent the day. Oh, and I get to go to. We stopped to the Lower East Side. We get to go to Joey Rose's sandwich shop. So anybody who's familiar,
my God, that's gonna be my give me the light situation. Dame la luz. That's mine. I just claimed it. Ha ha. They all know now.
You could.
They all
you
know
could do
now.
the Italian restaurant.
It was. I don't know how to pronounce the name.
Me neither. That was mine. You can't steal
It
my
was
Dame la
so
luz.
delicious. I had the Rosie, and it's mortadella with cheese, with sweet peppers,
It
roasted
comes
peppers,
with spicy peppers, but we switched it to sweet.
and mayo. It was so delicious.
Well, let me.
I'm sorry.
Anybody
Go,
who's
go.
not familiar, Joey Rose's is a sandwich shop just opened up recently. It's owned by Joe DeRosa. He's a comedian, a New York comedian. He does the podcast Taste Buds with Sal Vulcano. Sal of the Practical Jokers. Their Taste Buds comes out every Monday. Very funny podcast. I highly recommend it. But yeah, he opened this sandwich shop. It's like a sandwich shop / bar / social club kind of thing. Small place, on the Lower East Side. It's on Rivington Street, and we went there. The food was tremendous.
It's
And
really
it's just
nice.
sandwiches, and they're super, super reasonably priced. It is not New York prices.
No, at all.
It's like
And the
80s New York prices.
I feel like people are so nice. Like the chef, the bartender, everybody's really nice, welcoming. I like the lighting. I like every detail in that place.
Oh, yeah.
It was so nice. I really enjoyed it.
Low light. We sat down and had a table looking like a big cassette tape.
It was
we had
cool.
like bench seats. As soon as we walk in, they're just playing Pantera the whole time, which I thought was kind of cool.
You enjoy that very much.
Yeah, it was cool.
They had Tecate.
And they had Tecate, my favorite beer. So it was a good place. So that's going to be
It
my
was
Dame la Luz.
nice-
We're going to get to that later.
It was a nice day. It was an amazing day.
Definitely.
It was really cold, but it was so beautiful out.
Yeah.
I'm glad we did it.
Me too. What do you say we get into some chismecito?
Let's do some chismecito time.
What do you got today?
Okay, I mentioned something to you about this. About Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi who?
Goldberg? Is it Goldberg?
Goldberg.
Goldberg? I'm sorry, you're making fun of me. You need to
No,
edit that.
I'm laughing with you.
That's really, really extremely
Whoopi
rude.
Goldberg.
Okay, that lady.
Sister Mary Clarence?
Lady.
Is that what it was from Sister Act?
I don't know. I really liked her. I like her as an actress. I think she's very talented. I really like her. Anyways, the thing is that threw me a little off is that she made this comment about racist
With the
and
Holocaust. She was saying the Holocaust
she was
wasn't
saying
about
that
race.
it wasn't about race. It was about people being inhuman to humans, but it was not about race. Really? Like, for you to just say that tells me that you are, I don't know. I wanted to think that she was not that smart, but I know she is.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it has to do anything to do being smart. I think
Mm-hmm.
she really thinks that race is only about black and white. She
Mm.
sees all whites the same, and that's it. And I think if you see things like that, black and white, that's it, you're part of the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's so much to race. There's so much to people being horrible human beings to others.
Yeah.
And not just white and black.
Well, that's the problem with the idea of white and black, is that those are made up ideas, but that's so ingrained in the way we think about, in society at this point. Like, white wasn't a thing until, the early 1920s, I think,
Mm-hmm.
because Italians, Irish, they were Jewish, they weren't considered white. They were
No.
considered what they were. Like,
Italians,
think
and
of the
they
old
were
signs
just.
in New York, like,
We
Irish
don't
need not
like
apply.
Italians. And we don't like Italians.
Yeah.
We hate Italians. Italians are not welcome. That's being racist.
Well, that's the thing, is that the color of someone's skin has nothing to do with who they are. Like, to say that just because I'm white and a person from, say, Norway is white, does that mean I have more in common with them than someone with a different
Nope,
skin color? Because I would
absolutely.
argue that, as an Italian, that we have a lot more in common with black and Hispanic people than we do with someone from Scandinavia.
I
But
agree with you.
the skin color is the thing that people see first, and I think people get hung up on that idea, and it causes people to either do ignorant things, say ignorant things, and to just have wrong ideas about
But
people.
Hispanics, look at Hispanics.
Mhm.
We all come in all shapes and colors. And as Hispanics, a lot of time we're discriminated.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter the color of our skin. It's just because we're Hispanics.
Well, I mean, even Hispanics discriminate against one another because of the color of their skin.
Exactly, because of the shade. You're
Yeah.
a little too tan, or you're a little too yellow, or you're
Yeah,
a little.
colorism is a thing within the Hispanic community too.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And there's so much to race.
Yeah.
And
Well, it's
she actually apologized.
She did.
And she made this. It was a tweet, I think. I don't know. It was an apology. And then later on, she goes to another show and she just repeats the same thing. It's
Mhm.
not about race because this and that. And like, are you apologizing? Do you really mean it? I don't think she meant it.
Mhm.
I don't think she gets it.
Well, the thing.
I think she just sees white and she thinks they're all the same.
Yeah. Well, I think that's something that happens when everybody has fighting their own battle. You know what I mean? Everybody
Yep.
has their own agenda, so to speak, and their own ideas about these things. And you get so focused on your own side that you stop seeing the nuances in other sides.
And I think it's so
Yeah.
important to keep an open mind
Absolutely.
and open eyes so we can all fight all this.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not white and it's just not black.
Yeah.
It's being not fair. We have to stand together on this. You know what I mean? If not, we're not solving anything.
Yeah. That's the problem. Is like me, for instance, me personally, I think the whole idea of race is made up anyway, because when you go to DNA, like, we're the same people. You cut us open, we're
humans.
human,
We're
But
humans.
the problem is that this is the way society
I know.
is set up, and this is the way people perceive things, and you can't just change that by saying, "Oh, well, I don't see it that way, so none of that is real anymore." Because the reality is that that's just how people view one another. They see it, just based purely on, outer appearances. But I don't really know where I was going with that.
And I'm so focused looking
Yeah.
and following
I'm floundering
everything you're
here.
saying.
You don't know.
Okay.
I just know.
The point is that
You know that she got suspended for 2 weeks.
who?
Whoopi Goldberg.
Why, for that?
From The View, yeah.
For that?
But they're not gonna fire her. I mean,
No, I don't want her fired.
I don't want her either. It's.
But
I think
But what I'm asking is, she got suspended for that comment?
for that. Yeah.
Oh, didn't know that.
I don't know. I just think that, conversations, and especially when it comes to race, like, all this, we've been talking about it so much, and it still seems like people aren't
It's
allowed to talk about it.
it's
It's like,
something
well,
very
it's all anybody
difficult.
talks about, but nobody's being honest and open about it because everybody's afraid of some kind of
Be
consequences.
canceled.
Yeah.
Or be fired. I think we should be open to talk about these things.
Yeah.
And it's okay for her to have this questioning or for her to feel this way. As long as she's open to hear people and their opinion, I don't have a problem with that. This is how you feel and you think it was not about race and you are speaking out what you think. I don't have anything against that.
No, I don't either.
As long as you're able to
To really
hear
have the
and be
conversation.
open
Yeah.
and sit down with me and hear my point of view. And maybe we come to an understanding, and maybe it will come a point that you will say, oh, my bad. I
Mm-hmm.
really didn't see it like that. Let me think about it. I don't know. But why are we going to cancel her for having an opinion?
Yeah, I don't think she's being canceled, so to speak. I think that the 2 week suspension is nothing. It's a slap
I
on the
think it's
wrist.
for people
It's
to
to make
calm down.
yeah. It's like all right, well, chill out. We're doing something,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like
I think it's okay to have the conversation. I
yeah,
think the conversation is needed.
absolutely.
What do you have?
Well, I was gonna say just to tie that off. People, like I said, we're obsessed as a country with race.
Yep.
And it seems like everybody's talking about it, but nobody's actually having honest conversations. For what we just said before, I mean, like if you're white, you're afraid you're gonna say the wrong thing, and they're gonna say, "Oh, you're a racist,"
Mm-hmm.
which
That's very delicate.
it's a the
Very
problem with that term is
sensitive.
that it does stick, and there is consequences to it.
Yep.
And there's times when they use it for people who clearly aren't. So it's scary. Nobody wants to be in that position.
Of
I don't
course
want
not.
people to think that I'm racist or something like that because I'm not. Number one, I'm not. And I know they say, oh, it doesn't matter what people think. Well, yeah, it kind of does because people treat you differently based on how they see you.
Yep.
So I just think that it's like if you're going to have the conversation, really have two people go in good faith, be honest about
Be
it.
open about it.
Yeah. Like even like what was it last year, the year before? Me and Dom did an episode of A Pot Amongst Men. Shout out to Dom from Three Ninjas. We talked just about that stuff because it was at the time when there was the whole Nick Cannon.
What happened?
He was doing some podcast with Professor Griff, who was like very been accused more than once of anti-Semitism. Professor Griff used to be in Public Enemy, the rap group,
Okay.
and he was just saying all this stuff basically that was very ignorant and stupid about white people and Jews and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And got a lot of heat from that, like a lot of backlash. But it was just dumb. Like you're saying stupid things and you're just trying to agree with the person on
Yep.
your show. And me and Dom, like we did had a conversation about race issues and things, and I don't know, like he's someone who I trust,
Mm-hmm.
who knows me enough to know that I'm coming from a place of good faith.
That he's not just gonna say you're racist,
Exactly.
you ignorant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was before I found out that I was part black.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I know it's you need to be able to have the conversation with people who trust you. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Who actually know something about you, know where you're coming from, and those conversations, the real ones, are few and far between.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, like I think we're just too obsessed with this in the country.
Yep.
Like this, a lot of the time, it's unproductive because the people that need to know either already do or are never going to have their ears open enough. You know what I mean?
Sucks.
So everybody's talking in a
It
circle.
really sucks.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. Let's do more controversy about censorship. Joe Rogan. So Joe Rogan's been in heat with Spotify. Everybody knows about this. Neil Young came out and said he's pulling his music off Spotify because Joe Rogan is out there spewing misinformation, stuff like that. And then, of course, Rogan comes out with this 10-minute long
But
video.
wait, you're
All right, go ahead.
okay. Misinformation about what?
About
What
COVID
happened?
vaccines.
What did he do?
Joe Rogan has been very anti-COVID vaccine for a while now, and he's been having guests on the show that are
Guests like doctors or just
doctors.
people sharing their opinions?
Both doctors. He's had
Mhm.
several doctors that are legit doctors,
Okay.
like PhDs. Like there was one guy who was one of the creators of the mRNA vaccine, which is the COVID
Yep.
vaccine. And they were saying that, oh, well, the side effects are this and that and the third.
He was one of the creators and he's against the vaccine?
His research was part of one of the building blocks of how they did the mRNA vaccine. Like he's not
Okay.
the one guy that created it, but
Correct.
without
But
what
he was
did,
part of it.
yeah, he was part
And
of the
he's
process.
against it.
He is, yes.
Why? Did he share why?
I
Do you
didn't
know?
listen to the whole episode.
Oh, okay.
I got a little tired of it. And my whole thing is they're saying, oh, well, you got to censor Joe Rogan. But I don't think censorship is really ever the issue. And I know it's easy. Every fucking guy out there is saying the same thing. Like every podcast or every talking head, oh, no, don't censor anything. But I don't think that that's the answer. I think I think if you actually watch Rogan's video, he was saying like, "Oh, listen, I hear what you guys are saying. Like, I'm not trying to spread misinformation. I was just trying to have these people on that know something about it, and I was trying to talk to them." I think for me, the problem I found was that it was one after another, and it was just like a barrage of just all these like anti-vax, and not anti-vax, but anti-COVID vax people. So it was really, really pushing the issue hard. And, people were calling them out because a lot of these doctors were either quoting studies that were, not conclusive or had flawed methodology, or were, they were saying these things, they were cherry picking data and ignoring the things that didn't support their conclusions. So it wasn't as straightforward and, airtight as one would hope when you're going to go against what the mainstream narrative is. And I respect the fact that Rogan actually came out and said, "Listen, I hear it. I'm going to try to have more differing viewpoints on, like, I don't want to be the guy." But he did make a point saying, it's like, just, I don't like, it's weird how we say misinformation when there's stuff that a year ago you could have said that would have got you kicked off YouTube, but now it's it's proven it's the agreed upon narrative, like the whole, COVID coming from a lab theory.
I think COVID is such a sensitive subject because it's constantly changing. The CDC guidelines are constantly changing. And what last year was considered not real or not accurate, this year is proven to be actually right. So it is really sensitive subject. I agree that he shouldn't be censored. Why should we just cancel him out or just censor him? I don't think people should be censored.
Yeah.
As long as you're not instigating people to
violence,
fight or anything like that, let him speak his mind. Let him bring the people he thinks is smart or they have something to say. You don't like it, don't hear it. Swipe up.
Or better
don't
yet,
listen
if you don't like it, you disagree with it, have a better argument.
Exactly.
That's
it.
I think.
He should be free to explain or share what he thinks is right.
This is, I know.
And if it's not something that you enjoy, if it's not something that goes with your train of thought or whatever you believe, just don't listen to him. There's so many other podcasters. Why do you have to listen to him?
Because he's the biggest one.
Perfect. You don't like it or you don't like that episode, move on.
Well,
if now the singer, he has all the rights to just don't want his music on Spotify. Take it with you. Go on to another platform. I think all of that should be okay.
Okay. I agree.
Thank you.
I agree.
Good point.
I know these are not exactly hot takes, I think a lot of people have kind of
would agree
on the same page with us.
Well, there's a lot of people that are pro canceling and censoring. If it's not what I like, if it's not what I think, you should be canceled. Or let's just cancel him. Let's boycott him.
This is never a good approach.
I have a big issue with censoring people.
Oh, I know.
It triggers a bunch of alarms in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good.
And the thing is, like, I like Rogan. Like, I listen to Rogan, but there's plenty of episodes nowadays that I just like, not interested in any of this. Because he has definitely, it's been what feels like a rightward lurch. Like he's, now he's moved to Texas.
I love him already.
Right-wing people. Yeah.
You go right.
How appropriate is it that you have a red microphone and I have a blue microphone?
You did this on purpose. You're so communist.
That, honestly, was completely coincidental.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
But I'm not attached to any political party.
Nor am I.
I have very open beliefs, but I know exactly what I don't want.
Yeah.
And that's all I do.
Well, I should make a point. Like, you joke about being right.
I know.
You should.
You joke with me too.
No,
You always throw that in me.
No, I love to throw it at you, but I'm saying when we joke about it on the podcast, you should give people like an idea that it's a joke, because
it is a joke, people. I am very open. If a candidate, I feel like I know it's very tricky when it comes to politics, but if I know whatever they're presenting is appealing to me, I think it's going to be good for the country. It's going to be good for my family. It's going to be good for my community. I don't care what party he represents.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to vote for him, and that's it.
No.
I'm not married or attached to anybody. I'm
You're married to
completely,
me and attached to me.
I'm
We should
completely
be. I mean, Can you
open
have your ring
and
on?
free.
Make sure she has her ring on.
I'm completely open and free.
Yeah.
I move from one party to the other one, and I will vote for whomever I think is going to be the best.
Yeah, I just want to
at the
make sure it
moment.
doesn't look like I'm sitting here doing a podcast with fucking Ann Coulter or something.
No. That's all jokes because I
Yeah.
always tell him that he's a communist.
Which
And
I'm
he
not.
just comes back at me telling me I'm a completely Republican and all the ugly things that come with it.
But yeah, anyway, don't censor Rogan. Just come up with a better argument if you think he's wrong. It's that simple.
Exactly.
And if you're going to him for your COVID information,
Mhm.
then maybe you're not dealing with a full deck of cards. I don't think that's
You don't
really.
know, maybe he's the only one that is right. You imagine that
Well,
we're
no,
all
listen,
wrong and
there's
he's
some
the
things-
one that is right?
There's
You
some
imagine?
things that he's definitely been right about. I'm not like.
No. I'm saying like looking back, let's
Yeah.
say this is 10 years ahead and we look back and then we say Rogan was absolutely right.
Mhm.
Oh
But no,
my
but
God.
what I mean is that if that's the only source of information
Oh
for
no.
you,
I think we all should have more
Yeah.
than one source of information.
yeah, not many
We
people
should read more.
actually vary their intake of like news and information. They get it all from one,
I like to
ideology.
be open and hear the same idea, the same from the same topic, different ideas.
Mm-hmm.
So it actually opens my mind, my
Definitely.
eyes to other questions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like to listen to like news and stuff like that, but I like to make a point to
Mhm.
listen to stuff that I know leans to the left. I kind of gave up on the stuff that was too reliably left. You know what I mean? Like the people that you go to it, that it's just whatever they say is going to be spun
Baby,
one direction.
you know what I think we should do?
What should we do?
We should
Should
do
we just completely
an
stop talking about
episode.
politics?
I think we should do a show just about our views in politics.
Yeah.
And
Maybe we could do
so
that
people
for the next
can
episode.
understand our jokes and where I'm coming from and
Okay.
where you're coming from.
How about we do it in the next
Because
episode?
I think when I met you, you thought one way, you were very left,
Mm-hmm.
and now after the years, you're not that left. At one point, when we were dating at the beginning, to us, left means communism.
Well, yeah, to
Period.
Cubans.
To us,
clear.
Cuban. I remember that one day I was so confused. We were not married yet. I was so confused, but at the point that I was almost disappointed in you. And I'm in the kitchen and I told my mom, oh my God, I think he's a communist. That was like the worst thing that could happen to me or to my family is that I will marry a communist.
Mm.
And I actually thought of that. And I remember I was almost in tears. And my mom was like, it was so dramatic. And I said, I have to really talk to him. And I
Well,
know
don't give
we
it all
had
now. It's-
so many conversations
Yeah.
about this. So we should totally do an episode on all this and
Okay.
how my way of thinking changed and your way of thinking
So maybe
changed.
next week that'll be the topic.
Just to tell you, I'm going to drop this just to give an idea. You really like Bernie Sanders and you
Mhm.
were voting for Bernie Sanders and you actually wanted him for president.
Mm-hmm.
So that, and Bernie Sanders has, yeah, I'm going to leave it like that because I
It's
get
good enough for
agitated.
Killer Mike. It's good enough for me.
It gets very emotional.
I know.
So we'll talk about it. Just
Anyway.
with that, mira, my hands are sweaty already.
What do you
Gonna
say?
be a good episode.
Yeah. What do you say to get into the main topic?
Let's do it.
All right. So this week, because by the time this comes out, it'll be the last episode before Valentine's Day.
Yay.
Even
My
though-
birthday.
Yeah. So Betty's birthday is on Valentine's Day.
How exciting
How's
is
that
that?
for a double whammy?
I know. I think it's such a beautiful day to be born.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, here I come, Mom. Fool.
But we were going to talk about Valentine's Day traditions.
Mhm.
Best Valentine's Day things, the best ones in.
Yeah,
time
let's take a
past.
little Valentine's.
You remember the first time you did Valentine's Day with like a significant other when you were old enough? I'm talking like even leading up to high school. 'Cause I know there was always when you're a kid, everybody brings in the Valentines you got at CVS and the little
I
little
know.
candy heart antacids.
Okay. When I go back to school, go back many, many years, I remember that Valentine's Day, it was such a special date. Everybody will talk about it and the anticipation of thinking, what am I going to get? Am I going to get, they had those little candy grams that sometimes they were secret. You will get a secret admirer, a rose, or things like that. And my friends, I remember they were always like, I hope I get something. It was such a failure not to get anything that everybody was so anxious about this date. Like they needed at least one thing, you know what I mean? And I always felt so safe because it was my birthday. So I knew that for my birthday, I was going to get balloons or things. In my time in high school, for your birthday, if you got balloons, you were loved. You were popular. You were it.
Balloons equals love.
Yes. In my high school.
They have to be heart-shaped.
No. Okay. Just balloons. But in my high school, the amount of balloons tells people how popular you are.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So it was a big thing for birthday to get a lot of balloons and for Valentine's to get a lot of things.
So would like the most popular girl in school just be floating down the hallway?
Correct.
With like balloons tied to her belt?
Correct. And I remember that I always felt okay because I remember I said, it's my birthday. At least my friends are going to give me balloons, so I'm safe. I don't care what happens. I'm safe. So I always felt like I was okay because it was my birthday. And people from the outside, they didn't know it was my birthday. So they would see me with balloons. I'm safe. I'm good. I'm loved. That's all that matters. For I think the best one was my 17th.
Okay.
Baby, I got like 50 balloons. It was my best year ever.
Wow.
Like I was floating. Because I got for Valentine's, but I got for my birthday. And I remember there was a new guy in my school. Everybody had a crush.
Like him already.
Listen, everybody had a crush on him because he was from another country. He was European. And he landed in my high school. He was so cute.
Did he ride a helicopter to school?
No. He was
Did somebody throw him?
Stop it. I'm very into it. So it was the first year. Everybody was talking about this guy. I saw him one time in the halls, but that was it. I knew he was very cute and that was it. But that day, I was walking through the halls with my 50 balloons and he saw me and he looked at me.
Hello,
and
my
he
name is
came
Ryan
to
Gosling.
me. He came to me and he said, oh my God, you must be very loved. Happy Valentine's. And I was like, thank you. And I was like in the clouds.
Over the moon.
And then I had a crush on him. He had a crush on me. He asked me to be
his girlfriend?
His girlfriend. And I said no. That was so weird, right?
Women.
That was so weird. And I really liked him.
And what was the thinking behind that? Like, I like this guy and he likes me, so when he asked me out, I said no.
I don't want to tell you the thinking behind it because it's so stupid.
Really? Oh, well, I have to hear it now. What was it?
Okay. What I thought is, I like him today, but I don't think I'm going to like him next week. And I don't want to cancel myself out because if I have a boyfriend, then all the others that I might have a crush on, they're going to just say, oh, she's taken and move on.
So you're saying he was like a stack of pancakes? Like, I know I want pancakes, but I know by the time I get through the first one, I'm going to be really tired of them.
Yep. At that age, I was very immature. At that age, I liked this guy today, and 3 days later, I liked the other guy, and 3 days later, I liked another guy, and that's why I never had a boyfriend in my school. Because
incidentally, the guy's name was Flapjack Campbell.
No, because you know what? I didn't want people to just think, oh my God, this girl has so many boyfriends. Every week, a different one. You know what I mean? So I'd rather not have one.
I thought you were some kind of hussy.
That was crazy.
Kind of and godless Jezebel.
And then I had a boyfriend in my school, and it lasted like a week.
I thought you were going to say year.
A week. That was it. That was all.
Wow.
Yep.
I had a lot of strikeouts.
It was one boyfriend in my school. Only one. Lasted a week. And I really liked the guy.
For the week.
Yeah. It was fun. Fun times. What about you, mister?
I don't have any extravagant ones. The ones that stand out in my mind were all bad.
Why?
all like strikeouts and swing and a miss. You know what I mean?
Like you will ask someone out and they will decline?
Mm. Yeah, I remember one time I was older. I was in my young 20s, and there was a girl that I liked, and she had just broken up with a guy that I knew. He was in another band that played around
Was
the
he a
area. It
friend?
was
You don't
somebody
do that. You
somebody I
don't
knew
do
from
that.
school, but not somebody I was like tight with. Not somebody who would, meet that criteria. Where like, no, you don't take this guy's girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
Not that good a friend. Like somebody I
Okay.
knew. And I had been talking to this girl for a little bit. They've been broken up for
Hmm.
long enough where, I felt like okay, it's been long enough to go try to make a move. So I bought her like flowers, and I tried to.
But why would you do all of that? You thought she was into you?
I thought so, but I didn't
She
realize
was
that she was
sending
not over
messages?
the ex yet.
But she gave you some type of hints or something?
Well, she would hang out with me. Like she worked at a restaurant. I would go in to get food, and she would come by. She'd always like touch my arm, and so I'm like, okay, that seems like a good move. Like,
Touching?
yeah, like
An
physical
arm?
contact when you don't need to.
Really?
You don't think
There's
so?
a lot of people. I touch everybody.
Really?
Like I'm very like, hi, how are you?
Do
And
you?
hugs and
Who are you
stuff.
touching, by the way?
Everybody, my friends. I'm like that.
When a girl goes, when you don't have to like make physical contact with somebody, but you choose to, especially
That's
when
a
it's some,
gringo way of
but
thinking of
especially when
things.
it's somebody that you know is interested in you, because I didn't make it a secret that I was interested in her. Like
What? You told her from the beginning?
well, no, like I was trying to take her out, like on a date and stuff like that. Like it
Oh.
wasn't a
And
secret.
she would go on dates with you? Like you guys were dating?
No,
Did you kiss?
no,
She would you were invite her out and she would cancel?
no. It was just like she worked. She worked at a restaurant, so the schedules are different. So whereas I worked during the day, she works during the night. So it was hard trying to make those ends
But you
meet.
were able to ask her out on a date.
No, it was just,
Okay, so it was not in the open, babe. What are you
ay,
talking
ay,
about?
ay, ay. This whole story's falling apart now
I know
as I
because
retell it.
you're I'm asking questions.
Yeah, it was just bad. But we went to the bar after that night when she got off of work, and like I didn't know that she was still not over the ex yet, and he showed up at the bar too, so they were kissing when I got there, and I was like, oh, well, that's
And you had
Valentine's Day.
flowers?
I had already gave her flowers. I dropped them off to her work. Yeah.
You okay, wait. Oh my god, my heart is pounding. Okay, so you were not walking in with flowers in your hand.
No, 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 no,
Oh
no.
god,
Yeah,
thank
that would have
God.
been a
That would
real
have
kick in the
been really
balls.
bad. So how did you send flowers to her?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Way better.
Mm-hmm.
And you left, she saw you there
Mm-hmm.
when you were with the kiss and
Yeah, she saw me walk out
How do you know?
because Drew was still at the bar.
And what happened? Did he tell you
I
anything?
think she felt really bad.
Oh God! So nothing happened there.
No, nothing ever happened. And then that was before I had originally lost a bunch of weight and got like in shape.
That
So then
was
I didn't.
before or after?
That was before I got in shape.
Okay.
So then I didn't see her again until after I got in shape, and then she saw me, and then she was
All over you?
Then she was trying to like call, like how are you? It's good to
She
see
was
you.
cute.
She was pretty, but I was like, yeah, fine. All right, I'll
I'm
see you later.
fine now. I don't
Like I
want
didn't
you.
want anything to do with it, and then like after I left, I got a text saying like, oh, is this like your demeanor meant to be like to let me know that there's no chance anymore? Like, yeah, that's over.
She really asked you? She
Mhm.
never she never went back to her ex?
No, they never got back together.
No.
I think he just when he realized that someone else was interested, all of a sudden like he
Uh-huh.
wasn't really done.
Got
know
it.
what I
That
mean?
happens.
Yeah,
Oh, baby. Well, which one was your best one?
best one. Probably when we went to Juvia, our first Valentine's Day together.
Juvia.
Is it? It's not.
Juvia.
Is it Juvia or I
Juvia.
thought the J was Juvia.
It's Juvia.
Okay, well that
That
place in
place,
Miami.
the name is Juvia.
Yeah, well our first Valentine's Day together. That was my best one.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I told you all the
The
ones
one with me?
before. Yeah, all the ones before were bad, babe.
That is so adorable.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
That
We
was
went
really
to the
nice.
spa that day.
Yeah.
And then dinner, and we stayed at the hotel. We stayed
We
at
even
a
got happy ending
hotel.
at the spa. too.
Yeah. We stayed at the hotel. What hotel was it?
Intercontinental in Miami.
It was really nice.
That's Brickell, right?
Brickell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I really
It's a
liked
nice
it.
place.
It was a nice place. Everything, the restaurant, everything was
Mhm.
really nice.
What else?
Okay,
I
my
had another
question
bad one.
is,
On one I spent alone. I just went to Panera and had dinner by myself. No,
but did you had plans? Did you like
I was
someone?
single at the time and I
You
didn't have
didn't
anything
like
going
and
on.
you didn't like anybody?
I mean, there was
Like
always
to
somebody that
ask
was
someone?
interested, but it was just never really. My options were always limited.
What do you mean by
Well,
that?
because it just didn't meet a lot of new people in my day to day. With my job.
Somerville is a very small town.
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't exclusively hang out in Somerville. It's just actually, yeah, I hung out in this area, so there wasn't a lot of good options at the time.
Mm, until you met
I
me.
had to go all the way to New Orleans to find someone.
Ta-da! I feel special. Do you think Valentine's Day is a date that you have to go all out? That you should plan like something really romantic, that you should do trips, that should be just a dinner, not necessarily something extravagante. How do you think should be celebrated?
In my
In your
opinion,
opinion, yeah.
I think it varies. I think at least once in a while you have to plan something big. You can't just every Valentine's Day be, TV dinners and, Netflix. Like
Okay.
every so often you got to spice things up. Like we've
Mm.
had some that are extravagant, and we've had some that are very relaxed and laid back.
When was our last
It's
extravagant?
been a little bit.
It's been that one. That was the deal.
Oh, excuse me. I guess we know how you feel about it.
Wasn't I'm trying to remember when after that one. What else happened then?
Yeah, what have we done after that one?
Nothing. I think it's time to spice things up.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yay, me!
But now,
But the thing is tricky. I don't like to spend my birthday away from the kids and my parents. I usually always like to celebrate it with the family.
yeah.
And then maybe a different weekend or on a different date, we can celebrate Valentine's.
Well, that's the problem
You
with
know what I
having a
mean?
birthday on Valentine's
Mhm.
Day. Is
Because I really want to enjoy it with the babies and my parents and all that. Because it's my birthday.
But let me ask you this: do you think it's fair that all the responsibility for planning and all this big stuff falls on the man?
Birthday? When is my birthday?
no, I'm not
You
talking
have
about
to
birthday, I'm
plan.
talking about
When is your
Valentine's
birthday? I
Day.
plan. For Valentine's, I think it has to be like 50-50.
50-50.
One year you plan something really nice, then the following year I get to plan it. You know what I mean? Like it's a give and take type
Because
thing.
it's a holiday, there's a lot of pressure on guys
Yeah.
to come
But
up
I
with something.
feel like, for example, if let's say this year you plan something really nice for me, I feel like next time I have to plan something. You know what I mean? But if you're not planning anything, it doesn't give me motivation to plan anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I tried,
Yeah.
like I said before, I said this yesterday. I've been trying. I put a lot of thought into the gifts.
Thank you. I remember that day, that Valentine's, it was really special. Like I had rose petals guiding me to the
Oh,
room.
yeah.
The room was all decorated, flowers
I had help,
everywhere.
though.
Yeah, but it was nice that you asked for help. There was candles and rose petals and roses everywhere. In the spa, we had champagne with strawberries. It was such an experience, and it was so romantic. We were not married yet.
No,
These are the things that start changing when you get married. You don't go that extra. You don't go the extra mile. And that's when we have to remind ourselves to go back to that pre-wedding, pre-married life and try to do things like that and put the effort. I'm saying it not just for you, for everybody out there.
Yeah,
Make
just
them,
for everybody.
remember. For my birthday, we went to Vegas after that. We were married. The first year we were
That's
married.
true. The first year we were married, we were in Vegas
2018.
with Chris and Mirna and
We
Charlotte
got
and
married
Sergio.
the 2017, 2018 for my birthday. My birthday gift came from Mirni, which was tickets to actually see Backstreet Boy in concert, in the show.
Boys.
I've never seen them, and it was my old life dream. Since I was in Cuba, I wished that I could see them. And she bought the tickets. And that made you book the entire trip to Vegas. So you booked the flights, the hotel, all of that. But it was because of her idea. So I have her to thank and you to be the sponsor.
Yeah, thank her and me. Just
You were the sponsor.
Make the rest happen.
You were the sponsor, baby. Thank you very much. So that was the
But
last
you see
one.
what I mean, though? Like, it's very easy for guys to feel judged if if their gift is not extravagant
Why?
enough. Well, I mean, listen to the way you're just talking. Like,
What do
oh,
you
you
mean?
need to spice it up. You need to do this. I'm not talking about you, but I'm talking about guys that look a lot like you and sound like you and have the same name as you.
I'm going to explain why.
Okay.
This is the problem. If you, when you met me, if you didn't do these things, I don't expect it.
Yeah. Went too
I
big
don't
too
think
soon.
of this. It's not that. It's that you were all about details.
Mm-hmm.
You would send me flowers. You would do all these amazing things that made me fall in love with you because it's a combination of all things,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you didn't do these things, I wouldn't be asking for that.
You
I
also
know that
probably
you
wouldn't be married to me.
correct
Mm-hmm.
100%. But what does that tell you?
I had to trick
That
you.
no, that tells you that's what you did, and I didn't know that. That's the problem. So now you need to be judged because that's what I like. So you were selling someone that you're not.
No, that's not
Then
true.
there is a lie. Then you tricked me.
That's not.
But if
trick
that
you.
is you, then that's why you have to remember who you are.
Yeah, I think that's the trap that people can fall into is you do all these things in the beginning, and as time goes on, as relationships go on, you start to get comfortable, you start to get even
You
tired, you let life get in the way, and then you forget to do the things to show that you care, to show that you love. You forget to go the extra mile because you get distracted by life and all the other things and all the other responsibilities that get in the way,
and
and
that's
that's
what
how
makes you
relationships suffer.
and that's how it makes you feel like you're taking things for granted.
Yes.
Because if you did all of this to show me your love, what happened? Now it doesn't matter anymore. You will post this amazing post on Facebook
Mm-hmm.
just about me completely randomly. And that will mean so much to me. When was the last post you posted about me? Like randomly.
What do you
Not
mean
because of
randomly?
Mother's Day, not because, like, just because you love me.
Okay, I'll tell you exactly when.
Yes, please.
I
Look her
have
up.
to. You keep talking while I find it.
Okay, so all these things makes you feel special, makes you fall in love. And why are they gonna stop? Because this is the person that I fell in love with. All these details, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All this show of affection that makes you feel special. That makes you feel love. Like everybody, even my boss. I remember one time you walked in with flowers just because. And I was FaceTiming. We were in a conference with my boss, and he was like, wait a minute, that's your husband? Yeah. And I closed the door, and he said, oh my God, he's making me look so bad. Why is he doing this? Because the wife was in the call. We were all working together.
Gotcha.
You will make all my friends look bad. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Now you're just like them. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Where did you find
June.
the post?
June
June, what year?
last year.
June, what about it? Was it anything special or just
We went to
randomly?
New Brunswick.
It was just because.
Mm-hmm.
June. That's a long time, baby.
When's the last one you posted about me?
Okay, go back to the main source. I was never the type of doing that. I didn't show you something that I was not. Okay?
So, be consistent and be careful, gentlemen,
Why? Be careful. Why?
to avoid these accusatory conversations.
Ay, baby. And you will buy me things. You don't buy me things anymore.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding.
It's a nice Peloton
I'm
you got
just
there.
kidding. I'm just kidding. That's something good. Yeah.
She's half joking, half serious.
No, the other things I'm not joking.
Oh. You made it very uncomfortable for me right now.
Why?
Because I don't like any of this. Now I don't want to talk anymore.
Why, baby? You're an amazing husband. It's just things that we need to always remind ourselves to keep doing. But you're an amazing husband. You help me so much doing the house every single day. I was telling you before this, what did I say? You're an amazing husband, and I'm so lucky to have you. I said that from the bottom of my heart, and I mean it. Those other things are little details that spice things up. But it doesn't mean that you're not a good husband. You're an amazing husband, and you always do so much for us.
Thank
All
you.
of that There's part joking and all that. But at the end of the day, you are an amazing husband.
Thank you.
I love
I love you. You managed to pull that back a little bit.
you. But you know why? Because I really said that this morning.
That's true.
It's
did.
true. It's true.
Because I gave you some good loving. That's why you were still.
That is so funny.
I'm a funny guy. What can I say?
Yep. You're good. You're good.
All right. What do you say we wrap this up?
Yeah. Dame la luz, baby.
Before we do, I kind of like this setup in the bed.
I do, and it's very comfortable.
I think we might continue doing them like this until it gets a little
winter
warmer out.
You know what we can do in spring? Do it in the backyard.
It's hard to do them outside.
Why?
There's a lot of background noise in the mics.
I love it. I love it. It's so
we could
nice.
try one. We could try one.
Give it a try.
It's certainly been done.
Give me la luz. Dame la luz, mi amor.
Joey
Ilumíname.
Rose's Sandwich Shop and Social Club.
You're
Lower
such
East
a
Side.
copycat.
I think it's 174 Rivington Street in New York City.
Try the Rosie.
Yeah, I had a sandwich called The Local. It was roast beef and turkey and provolone and red peppers
It was so
and
good.
Vidalia onion. It was a tremendous sandwich.
Yep.
And I had a tecate with a lime. Amazing.
Magically delicious.
Yeah. $8 for the sandwich. $8.
That's really good.
For New York City, that's unheard of. And you support a good comedian, Joe DeRosa.
A good local shop.
And you should make sure you listen to Taste Buds. They don't need our promotion, but just because we went there.
Because we're good. We are good like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I found the restaurant. I just need you to pronounce the name.
I know the name. I can't pronounce it, though.
You know the name?
It's like Chiquinos. It was C-E-C...
Oh, yeah.
What is
Look.
it? Oh, Chiconi's.
You're pronouncing it right. Chiconi.
Chiconi's or
Chiconi's.
Chiconi's. C-E-C-C-O-N-I apostrophe S. Chiconi's. Dumbo, I think it's Water Street, right?
Yes.
Water Street in Brooklyn, Dumbo. Italian restaurant. Very nice.
I
Very
had
classy.
the rigatoni with black truffles. Delicious. And you had...
Spaghetti and lobster.
That was the sauce. Oh my God.
Yeah,
it was
very
tremendous.
good. The pasta,
how do you say that?
Tremendous.
Tremendous.
The pasta was perfectly cooked. Perfectly cooked. You could tell they made it there. It was like fresh made, not the shit out of the box. Like it was good food. They come out with good bread. We had galamat in the beginning. What
It's
else
a
did we have?
beautiful place. It's by the water. You see the
Yeah,
Brooklyn Bridge.
I think it was
It's
under the Manhattan Bridge.
Okay. It's an amazing view of the city. It's
Yeah.
really, really nice.
I think that place is really probably something in the summertime.
Yeah, it is. It is
Yeah.
really nice.
Because it's cold out. We're freezing our balls off. So everything was indoors. But very comfortable seating. Nice bar. Like, it was just
Perfect
a
location.
Really nice place. Shout out to
Really
my
good.
sister Lexi for putting that whole thing together.
Yeah. She knows about the restaurant from London.
Yeah, they have them all over the world. They had them in London, Barcelona,
Miami Beach.
one in New York. But she went to the one in London, which was a lot smaller than the one in New York. But she said she loved it, and this one was very good. So
Didn't
we were
disappoint
not
at all.
disappointed.
She's really good.
Yeah,
She knows good places.
she's good.
She has
She's got
traveled
good
all
taste.
over the world. She knows good
Yeah.
restaurants, good places. She's the best.
Love you, Lex. I love you, baby.
I love you, baby.
All right, I'll see you next week when we argue about politics.
Awesome. Love you guys.
Love you guys. See you next week.
That's all, folks.
That's it. We're just gonna keep saying goodbye.
Goodbye. Hasta la vista, baby. Adios, mi vida.
Do you hear the baby screaming? That means we have to go.